So every guy has that thought, like, what would I do if things just went to shit? You know, where do you go? What do you do? What do I wear?
I do not know that answer right now.
That all kind of runs through your head. And today, I'm not going to be talking about some foreign army invading like you see in the movie Red Dawn. I'm talking about something a little more plausible, things we have seen around the world, and things that just kind of, you know, hit a little more close to home. An example, it would be like a collapse of society, major natural disaster, something along those lines. So one thing I know for sure is I would not be dressing up in full kit. And I agree, full kit is awesome, but it has its time and place. I'm talking about using stuff that keeps you under the radar, keeps your family safe, and just helps you get out of, you know, whatever situation you're in. And again, this is a hypothetical scenario and focusing on just being real low vis, low key, staying off the radar, and just kind of trying to get out of whatever situation you're in with still being prepared with the right tools on you. And I'm going to share with you in this video the low vis setup that I would probably use and my thought process behind it. Okay, so now let's go over some of the gear. So as far as you know, I'm just out here walking my dog, just going about my day. Ellie, say hi. Yeah, she's just looking for deer. So like I said, as far as you know, I look normal, right? I'm going about my day. So here's the thing though, I'm out here carrying a lot more than it appears. So I have my micro chest rig on that's fitting very nicely under this puffy flannel. I have my fanny pack with all my medical. I have my Glock 19, and then I have this backpack all full of anything I might need. So I might appear to have nothing on me, but in fact I'm, you know, highly capable. Now let me walk you through some of the stuff I'm wearing, carrying, and some things to keep in mind so you don't stick out too much. There's a lot of trial and error that goes on with this, kind of figuring out what works for you, what works for your body type, the things you like, the things you don't. So you're not gonna get it right the first time. You're gonna have to test some stuff out, but once you get it, it's gonna work really well. I'm gonna start here with the chest rig. This is from T-Rex Arms. It's called their Ready Rig, and it's really slim. It's basically a band of elastic that will fit tight around your body, so it really fits snug up to you, which is kind of the key to carrying this under any type of flannel or jacket. Now you can configure this any way you want. This isn't necessarily configured for how I would carry it in the situation I'm talking about right now. This just kind of stays with my rifle when I carry it in my car, but you can put this, configure it however you want. You know, you could put more pistol mags in here, maybe some more medical, some more admin stuff. Really, there's no limit. So there's pouches and accessory spots all around this. So you can, yeah, set it up pretty much however you want. But the key is just have something that's super slim that kind of is held to your body so your shirt or jacket can just roll right over it. So staying with that theme of kind of being really thin, really small, and just low key is this Taren. I don't even know how to pronounce this. I guess it's Taren fanny pack, and this carries my medical equipment. Now, as you notice, I don't have it labeled as medical. The only reason I would need to do that if there was people around that needed to know this was labeled medical. In this hypothetical situation we're talking about, me and my wife both know what's in here. So this is all the stop the bleed, serious medical equipment. So you got your chest seals, your NPAs, your quick clots, your gauzes, all that kind of stuff. And I even have a boo-boo kit, so you have band-aids and moleskin and other little things like that. So the whole point to this, again, keep it slim, low-key, not scream tactical or anything like that. It is this cool multicam, but in my opinion, really not, it's pretty, I don't know, pretty civilian looking. The other thing I like about this is it fits right in front, right over my appendix carry, and it doesn't interfere with, you know, any type of draw at all. So speaking of concealed carry, that's exactly in this situation what I would do. Concealed carry, I'm not going to open carry for, you know, similar reasons why I wouldn't open carry on a normal day-to-day basis. You're kind of just advertising things for no reason, possibly inviting trouble. So just concealed carrying, I like to appendix carry, I think is the best way to go about it. So for clothing, you're going to want, obviously you're going to want a good pair of boots. You're going to be walking a lot. Some jeans, at least I suggest jeans. That's what I would be wearing. They're durable, they're casual, they blend in. But the big thing is, obviously, to be able to conceal things, you're going to want something a little oversized, and that gives you a lot of wiggle room to conceal anything underneath it. Now, I have a video on flannels and how good they are at just concealing, you know, a concealed carry firearm, or really just about anything. So I'll link that video down in the description. But really, you want a little bit of an oversized hoodie, jacket, something like that, where you can easily conceal the chest rig and anything else underneath it. You may have to do some work to find what fits you and doesn't look too big but still fits over everything, because, you know, obviously you don't want a shirt down to your knees. It's not going to look right. But if you get something too small, you're going to be printing a lot of what you have underneath. So do some testing and figure out what works for you. Now, a major thing to this isn't just the gear, isn't just the clothing, right? The gear is useless if you don't know how to use it. Practice, train with it, because if you're just buying it, you don't throw it on until you need it, I promise you, you're going to find a lot of issues. Now, I don't feel qualified enough to talk about, like, you know, urban evasion and that kind of thing. So I'm going to link a video, a really good video down below by Grand Thumb, all about urban evasion. So go check that out. You're going to learn a lot from that. So you just want to at least be able to grasp the concept to point you in the right direction to kind of practice this stuff yourself. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to hear more about preparedness and gear, hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions, put those down into the comment. Thanks for watching, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next video.